we'll get into our number one. We won't have a lot to talk about because we've talked about this. We had a whole practically episode on this album, the number one album of the year for both of us.
Yeah.
It was pretty easy after it dropped for me. I remember talking to Bryan the night we both listened to it, which
I was going crazy.
which for me,
We were both up to like almost 4 a.m.
yeah, I listened to it probably like two
No
times before
other
that.
album this year kept me up that long.
That long. It just grabbed me from the beginning, and that's Nas King Disease.
Yeah.
I mean, this album was so good. This is not a lifetime achievement award in terms of the album. Like, oh, we thought Nas did this, and we're so amazed at how he's still able to make good music. Like, no, this is a freaking good album. Production handled
We
by
didn't put the Lost Tapes 2
Hit
on
Boy.
our lists.
No,
You know what I'm
last
saying?
year.
Like,
This is yeah. We did not do that last year. This
we didn't
is
put Nasir on our lists.
no. This is a really good album. This is fantastic production by Hit Boy. This is fantastic song making by Nas over a variety of styles and beats. Nas sounding rejuvenated, sort of in the way I've talked about with Black Thought and Common. Well, Black Thought's always been there, never had fell off. But in terms of rapping or energy.
I want
But
Nas and Black Thought collab on one of their next albums.
yeah,
Putting that into
I'd really like that to happen. Black Thought's even talked about that, somebody he's wanted to work with. So this just really good album. Tight from start to finish. King's Disease to open it, The Cure to end the album. Even the bonus track, Spicy, a really good fun track where you got the hook that's fantastically done. You got the video that was great. Look, we talked about this at length. Nas did the damn thing. It's the best listen front to back for me out of any project this year. Is it leaps and bounds better than Benny or Conway? No, I wouldn't say that. But it's really good. It's a strong 9 out of 10 at a minimum for me. This is something I could see eventually being looked at as a classic for sure. I think that down the road, I do not think it's an instant classic. I don't think that you can look at this album and say it doesn't have a lot of great songs or Nas songs that might crack your top 25 Nas songs. I think a lot of reasonable Nas fans would agree on that. But in terms of a nice album that just flows through, it's going to be memorable for that for me in terms of a Nas album. There's nothing you really could skip. It's a good listen. You can turn it on. It passes the cleaning the house test. As I always say, you can put it on and you're not going to run across the room like, man, I got to go skip that. There's nothing like that. There's no nut-ass interludes or anything ridiculous like that. And it's just, there's a lot of stuff that gives you a lot of good vibes of Nas throughout the years and then sounds you haven't heard of him before. And so this is just good. And Nas, again, there's times when you can tell an artist seems focused and rejuvenated and excited to make this music. And I do think a lot of that with this album, I've Nas spoke about a little bit, I think was just working with Hit Boy. Getting in with a producer that he really likes, that was able to help with direction and sort of shape the way the album's going to be and maybe push Nas to get more out of him. Producers can sometimes be like, the great producers are like coaches in that way. And they sometimes see the vision for stuff before the artist sees it, but the artist has to go execute it. Nas executed, man. And let's not forget, kicking off this album with Ultra Black was Set the Tone, which had me hyped for about 2 weeks because I did nothing but go around, drive, and play Ultra Black. Whatever I was doing for work, I was just playing Ultra Black because I had to let y'all know it's Ultra Black.
Yeah.
And look, just a fantastic album, man. I mean, a great production. I think in terms of Nas albums, you can argue that there are albums that Nas has made that
I want to get to that.
Better than this.
Get to that.
I knew you were going to get to this, and I'll transition to you on that. That are better than this Nas album, but I think this is a really enjoyable listen that I think for most Nas fans will have very high replay value.
Yeah, I want to get to that. First, I'm just going to echo something you said, just front to back. Front to back it was the cleanest listen to me that came out this year. Spicy being a bonus joint makes a lot of sense, and it was like there were songs that you look at the track list and they might scare you. You know what I mean? Before the album comes out, you're like, whoa, Don Toliver and Big Sean, what's that gonna sound like? Wait, he's getting Lil Durk, what's that gonna be? Brucey B, what's he gonna do here? The Firm, are they still in shape? Fabio Four and ASAP Ferg, and they hit it out the fucking park. I remember listening to the album. The first time I finished hearing the album, because I heard it right at midnight. I got a head start on that shit. Because I remember I was like 10 minutes ahead of you or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was trying not to text you like anything, spoilers or anything like that, like it's a series or whatever. And I remember 39 whatever minutes after, and I had finished, I just started laughing. I just started laughing when the album finished. I was like, this motherfucker, like he's still, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like this album came out and it was still really, really good. I remember I went to PA probably in like September or so, and I was hyped because homeboy driving the car, we played King's Disease front to back twice on the way over. You know what I mean? Like,
Right?
like that's what it was. And you know, it was the album that I listened to so much. From King's Disease, the intro track, Nas. There's something about a very good Nas album. He'll give you a great intro. The Stillmatic intro,
Facts.
the intro to what Get Down, the intro to
Godson.
Godson,
Yep.
the Illmatic intro, which is great, and then New York State of Mind is the technical intro song. I think The Message is the first song on It Was Written, on I Am, which I think is a better project than some other people probably do, but that's another discussion for another day or maybe in a couple minutes. But that where he just basically played his greatest hits off of first two albums, it's pretty arrogant and I love that. And you know, that's what it is, money over bullshit, et cetera, et cetera. And Queens get the money, like
Queens get the
it's
money.
all over the place. Yep. No introduction, like not a good Nas album will almost always have a great intro. Blue Benz, there's a part in the beat. I've never mentioned this to you actually. There's a part in the beat, the sample, the person screaming or whatever. I actually didn't catch that until like 10 times when I listened to the song.
Really?
I think I caught it on like the 10th or 11th listen. I was like, never heard that in the beat until I don't know why. It just never like jumped out at me.
Yeah, I caught that. Yeah.
And it made the beat better for me. I don't know. I like samples, voices and shit. Charlie Wilson's excellent on Car 85. Is so good. Ultra Black, like that like yes, he could have gone deeper in I guess the subject matter, but I don't think the song was made for that. Nah. I think the song was made to be a celebration. Clearly, you know what I mean? Because you can tell when I mean there are other parts of the album where Nas really like on 10 points. He really explores some of what he touches on here. And I think keeping this surface level actually works. And I think that if the world was normal, this would be something that would play in clubs and probably would have performed better on charts and things of that nature. Excuse me. 27 Summers is the best beat I heard this year. So 27 Summers.
I'm fine with that statement. I'm fine.
It's 1A is One Way Flight. So shout out to Hit Boy, our producer of the year, as you mentioned on the last episode. Replace Me, which is a song that really grew on me. It was probably my least favorite record when the song originally dropped and then really grew on me. Don Toliver, that's one of the better hooks that I've heard this year. He did an excellent job.
I agree.
Good music video to accompany the record. Till the War Is Won is one of my favorite songs, and Lil Durk's part on this record is one of my favorite things on the album.
It works. It worked well. It absolutely worked well.
All Bad, I'm so glad that him and Anderson .Paak did a
great on the hook. Yeah, love that song. Love the song.
We love Anderson .Paak up here, and I can't wait for his next project. Definition with Brucey B is a quick. I'm glad it's a 2-minute joint. Didn't need to do much more than that. He just spit a 16 and talked around it, and it explains the point of the album more or less, right?
Yep.
Full circle. Nothing needs to be said. AZ still a shape. Do or Die 2. I'm looking forward to that. Cormega, great verse. And Foxy Brown, it was great to hear her again. 10 Points is one of my favorite songs on the album. I thought was a Song of the Year candidate. The Cure, I thought was a Song of the Year candidate. And Spicy, just a fun record. Just a fun record. Now, Fabio Foreign's voice, not politically correct, but you know what? No. There are some bars on the album that we can discuss at a later time.
Yes. I'm ready to have that discussion. That's it for our albums of the year. Nas, King's Disease. We both had that at number 1. This is also our final episode of the year of 2020. It's been a long year. We want to thank everybody for all their support in watching our videos, sharing it, retweeting it, liking it on Instagram, supporting us on Patreon, everything that you do. All our people that have supported us from day one, behind the scenes, our entire Backpack Broadcasting crew. We want to thank all of our guests.
Everyone who DMs me after the episodes.
Yep. The people who thank the guests for coming on. The people who have interacted, the people who have commented on YouTube. No matter what it is, people have a lot of commentary on this. But we want to thank you for the support. We know 2020 has been hard for some people. It's been tough. People have had many ways of how they've tried to get through it. And we hope that you've been able to use this podcast to help you get through it in the best way that you can.